Welcome back to Rasan's ASMR Journey. I'm Rasan and I'll be doing the journey. And today we're going to get into some facts about a British sitcom. It's an old British sitcom that I used to watch way back in the day. And when I watched it, it was already like in reruns. And so we're going to get into those facts right now. And the sitcom that I'm going to be talking about is called Are You Being Served? And also today I'm using a different setting on my mic, so I hope it works out for us. You can hear a bit of background noise because again I'm doing this in the daytime and I've got my air conditioning on because it's super hot, so apologies for that. Also, I'm going to be looking down quite a lot because I'm going to be reading the facts off my phone here. So let's hope that we don't get super disturbed with stuff like what just happened right now, which is traffic noise. So let's go. It's a British sitcom set in the fictional London department store Grace Brothers. The show follows the quirky staff of the store's menswear and ladies' clothing departments, including the pompous floor walker, Mr. Rumbold, the flirtatious Mrs. Slocum, the cheeky Mr. Lucas, the bumbling Mr. Granger, and the naive junior assistant, young Mr. Grace. Comedy comes from their absurd situations, misunderstandings, double entendres, and clashes of personality, often revolving around class, office politics, and the store's eccentric customers. It originally aired from 1972 to 1985, and it's known for its lively humor, memorable catchphrases, and risque innuendos. Alright, let's get into the facts, everybody. I think I'm going to turn this air off because it is a bit too loud right now. So give me 1 second, guys. Alright, guys, it's still a little windy right now, but it should be shutting off really soon. Apologies again. Now let's get into those facts. Are You Being Served is a British sitcom that aired from 1972 to 1985. Sorry guys, noise. The show was created by Jeremy Lloyd and David Croft. It is set in the fictional London department store Grace Brothers. The main departments featured are menswear and ladieswear. The show is famous for risque humor and double entendres, which they had a lot of those, which introduced me to British comedy pretty heavily. In America, we could never, on like just regular TV, have adult humor like they had in the UK, which I enjoyed. Mr. Wilberforce Claiborne Humphreys, played by John Inman, is the store's flamboyant menswear assistant. Mrs. Betty Slocum, played by Molly Sugden. I know I'm saying that wrong. Molly Sugden is the head of the ladies' wear department. Captain Stephen Peacock, played by Frank Thornton, is the pompous floor walker. Mr. Ernest Granger, played by Arthur Burrow, is the older, grumpy assistant in menswear. Mr. James Young Grace, played by Trevor Bannister, is the naive junior assistant in menswear. Mr. Cuthbert Rumbold, played by Nicholas Smith, is the store's manager. The show originally aired on BBC One. It spawned 10 series, seasons, and 69 episodes. A feature film was released in 1977, also called Are You Being Served? The show's humor often involved sexual innuendos and suggestive comments, unusual for the early 70s TV. Mrs. Slocum's changing hair color, often bright red or pink, was a running gag. I loved her hair. Mr. Humphreys is famous for his catchphrase, "I'm free." Peacock frequently says, "Do you think so?" Mrs. Slocum often refers to her cat as, quote-unquote, "my pussy," a cheeky running joke. The show often mocked class differences in British society. Grace Brothers is loosely based on the real department store Lewis's in Liverpool. Jeremy Lloyd, one of the creators, also co-created Hello Hello. The show used multi-camera setup in front of a live audience. The series was filmed primarily in BBC Television Century, London. John Inman, Mr. Humphries, became a gay icon because of his character. Yeah, he was great. He was just on fire. He was flitting around there, and I loved everything about it. It was also rare to see a gay character on American TV at the time, so I was loving every second of it. The series has been repeated widely on BBC, UK Gold, and other channels. I think I ended up watching it on PBS back in the day. Many episodes featured absurd customer complaints or misunderstandings. Molly Sugden based her portrayal of Mrs. Slocum partly on women she knew in her hometown. Frank Thornton as Captain Peacock was previously known for radio and stage work. The show was critically mixed during its run, but became a cult favorite, and well so. I mean, it was just a hilarious show. It had a lot of highbrow, lowbrow humor mixed together. It got me chuckling all the time. My mother and I used to watch it together. There were Christmas specials, including one in 1977 and 1981. The series was exported internationally, including Australia, Canada, and the US. The film that's all, folks. Wordy words are hard. The film adaptation featured many of the original cast members. The humor was considered pioneering for openly sexual jokes on mainstream TV. Excuse me. Episodes often featured farcical situations like mistaken identities and wardrobe mishaps. Mrs. Slocum's pet cat was never shown on screen. The show inspired a stage adaptation in the UK. John Inman received a British Comedy Award posthumously for his role. Molly Sugden appeared in all 10 series of the show. The show had a spin-off series in the late 1980s called Grace and Favor, or Are You Being Served Again? Trevor Bannister, young Mr. Brace, was originally a teacher before becoming an actor. The wardrobe department's over-the-top fashion choices were a comedic highlight. The show often parodied office hierarchy and rigid workplace rules. Many episodes opened with chaotic scenes on the shop floor, setting up comedic tension. The actors often ad-libbed lines which were kept in the final cut. The series has been released on DVD and Blu-ray in the UK and internationally. I've got to get that. Nicholas Smith, Mr. Rumbold, often played timid and meek characters. Several guest stars appeared over the years, including celebrity actors of the 1970s and 80s. The show was repeated on UK television for decades, keeping it popular across generations and across the seas, as I am from the US, and I absolutely loved it. Like I said, Are You Being Served remains a classic example of British workplace comedy, influencing shows like Hello Hello and Keeping Up Appearances. And funny that they should mention Keeping Up Appearances, because in a minute I'm gonna do a video about Keeping Up Appearances. I'm not sure which video Dallas as well. I'm not sure. But it's really good, extremely funny, so I had to add it into a fact video. So, anyway, I hope that you enjoyed this fact video about Are You Being Served, and I hope it piqued your interest to possibly find it and or find some clips of it on YouTube, maybe, and take a look because it is really funny. If you want to see some classic British humor, that'll keep you rolling, and that you'll be shocked that they actually were allowed to do that on TV for the times. This is definitely one for the books. And I appreciate all of you for joining me. I appreciate the views that I've been getting lately. I love you guys for checking my channel out and subscribing and hitting that like button. And I'm gonna get out of here and do another video on camera. I've got quite a few other ones off camera coming up, so look out for those as well. So now I would like to once again apologize for the noise, but that air is still kicking, unfortunately, because it's really hot out there. But I might do another video later on tonight where it'll be less noise, but we'll see. But thank you guys for joining me once again, and I would like to wish you a good morning, a good afternoon, a good evening,